In this video, we will consider whether or not a manufacturer should sell or process further the units that they have in stock from last year. Ellison Enterprises manufactures headphones. Currently, there are 1,000 units of last year's model in stock, which have been manufactured at a cost of $50 per unit. These units could be processed further and converted into headsets for $10 each, to which they could be sold for $80 each. The company is operating at below capacity and has the employees and other resources available in order to make the conversion. Alternatively, the headphones could be sold as is for $75 each. The question is, should Ellison Enterprises sell the headphones as is, or should they process them into headsets? Well, we can create a table to evaluate the two scenarios of selling and processing further. We will be taking an incremental approach, only considering the additional revenues and costs associated with each scenario. If the units are sold as is, the company will make $75 of additional revenue per unit. Alternatively, processing the headphones further into headsets leads to an $80 selling price, making for $80 of additional revenue per unit. In the selling scenario, there are no additional costs per unit. The units are ready to sell right now. In the process further scenario, $10 of additional costs will need to be added to each pair of headphones to convert them into headsets. The total additional income per unit for the selling scenario is simply the selling price of $75. For the process further scenario, the additional income per unit is only $70, found by taking the $80 in additional revenue per unit and subtracting the $10 in additional cost per unit. Since there are 1,000 units to consider, we can multiply the additional income per unit by 1,000 to get the total profit, which comes to $75,000 for the selling scenario and $70,000 for the process further scenario. This tells us that the company can make $5,000 of additional profit by selling the units as is. So in conclusion, this company is better off selling the headphones and not processing them further into headsets. Now, you may be asking yourself how the $50 cost of the old headphones gets factored into our analysis. The answer is that it doesn't. The $50 manufacturing cost is a historical cost that was incurred in the past and is the same for either scenario. We often call historical unchangeable costs sunk costs, which are irrelevant to future decisions. It can be very tempting to want to somehow include the $50 manufacturing cost in our analysis. But you must resist the urge and realize that it is a sunk cost that will continue to exist regardless of if the company sells or processes the headphones further, and therefore should not be included in the analysis. Alright, that finishes our video on considering whether or not a manufacturer should sell or process further the previous year's inventory of 1,000 units.